Welcome to DnD404 podcast, and this is session 0. I am Tony, a longtime D&D player and the DM of this campaign. Alongside me are 3 unlikely heroes with 0 D&D experience, and I will be their helpful guide and arch nemesis through the adventure through the world of Humbreah. I've been playing D&D for a pretty long time. I've been playing since middle school. I've been playing since I started with 1st and 2nd edition. I remember playing Temple of Elemental Evil and been through the hell that campaign was. As hard as it was like one of my favorite campaigns I ever did. So ever since then, I always wanted to learn how to DM, and I did that my entire life. So on the left hand side of me, I got Dan. I got Jet. Okay. Hey Dan, introduce yourself for us.
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm gonna be playing Minas Pebblewalker of the Ivory Boulders.
We got Jared.
Hey, what's up? I'm gonna be playing Armos Vannon.
We got Alec.
How's it going, everyone? I'm going to be playing Drell of the Ashbourne.
Since we started off with Dan, he said hi first. Let's go into his character. Dan, tell us about Minas.
We gotta roll initiative. What are you talking about?
We gotta roll initiative.
We gotta roll initiative. I get a +3 on initiative. I got 16.
You failed.
Oof.
No.
I may be new, but I don't think you fail initiative.
No.
I've read that somewhere. I don't think that's how that works. How about you tell us about the world we're going to be exploring? I like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, set us up. Set us up.
All right. The world of Humbreah is I don't want to say post-apocalyptic because that is not the setting of the world, but the world of Humbreah takes place after a catastrophic event known as the Red Catastrophe. As you could tell, I put a lot of time into the title of that event. Without giving too much away, where the heroes start their quest is about 150 to 200 years after this significant event happened that kind of left the world into a state of decay, and now the world is kind of getting back on its feet. You know, towns and cities are just starting to thrive again, because without giving too much away, the event that happened before the heroes are introduced, there was a lot of death. A lot of people were killed. Almost like there's no older generation left from that time period because a lot of them died through a major attack. We're going to be uploading a separate instance of like just the opener of what happened, like a little backstory, like a little fairy tale, if you will, like a legend, describing the events of what happened. And then through the campaign, the heroes will find out more and more of what actually happened and the events that unfolded as they go through the campaign and find relics and items from the past that are now affecting the present.
It's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I like it.
Yeah.
So, Dan, why don't you tell us about Minas Pebblewalker?
Well, since I rolled such a high initiative, yeah, I'll go first. Usually I would want to play I feel like a bardic character, someone that gives a lot of support to the team. But for some reason, for this type of campaign with the kind of world that you built, I decided to go more of a egotistical, kind of hot-headed, strong character, if you will. I made a Minotaur, but he's not just any regular Minotaur, right? He's a Minotaur. Not sure why he's mini. Maybe you'll find out. Maybe I'll find out. Who knows? And I have some things to prove to my father. I'm the only one in my tribe that's mini. I've made myself useful by going out as a ranger. Most Minotaurs would not be a ranger, but that's the only way I could feel I could make myself useful to the tribe, by sneaking around, by hunting, by gathering information. And that's how I kind of made something of myself, even though most people don't give me the time of the day in my tribe.
I was going to ask.
Yeah,
what made you want to make them small? Like, what made you want to? Like, why not just have them be a normal size?
I mean, it's written in the name, Minotaur, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, it's right there.
I know,
Nobody's
but it's not like
He pitched this idea when I told you guys to come up with a character. Okay, you guys have like we stated before, you guys have no experience. So I was expecting some pretty generic stuff. Okay.
Mine.
And you guys hit like the most basic class, by the way. We'll get to that when they're introduced. Like the basic class and race combination. And then Dan submitted this. He goes, hey, so I want to be a Minotaur. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I wasn't expecting a Minotaur. He's like, no, a Minotaur. And I said, excuse me? Like, he wants to be a mini Minotaur. And I'm like, we're about to homebrew a race here right now. So that's exactly what we did. We homebrewed a Minotaur and a Halfling, pretty much, mechanically speaking. So we took away the all the stats of like what makes a Minotaur strong and replaced them with Halfling stats. So like Minotaurs get like cool strength buffs, and he doesn't have any of that. He actually has Halfling abilities like luck and things like that. And he is seen as maybe the embarrassment of the family. You want to tell us a little about your family? What's his relation to your clan?
So my dad is the chief.
His dad is the chieftain. So you see the
tribe.
dilemma here. And he's not so happy that the biggest and baddest Minotaur has the smallest son. So you see where they're...
I like it.
Yeah, that's exactly
I think that's a
it.
good idea.
Yeah.
So without giving too much more away, we're going to go ahead and go over to Jared.
Hey, that's me.
Jared, go ahead and describe Armos.
Yeah, so Armos is a tiefling. He has red skin.
A tiefling what?
Warlock.
Oh,
Yes,
a
I was
tiefling
gonna
warlock.
get
By
that.
the way, this is the basic
Yep.
class I was expecting from
Yep.
you guys. A
Yep.
tiefling
Yep.
warlock. Oh, who
Yep.
fucking saw that coming? So yeah, he's a tiefling warlock, which is like
Yep.
one of the most
Yep.
common classes played in D&D. But you wouldn't know that because you never played. And I saw that. I'm like, yeah, this is what I was expecting. Go ahead, tell us a little about him. I kind of like his personality.
Yeah, I went with the warlock. I normally play more like if it's a video game or something like that, I'd play like a tankier class. But I wanted to try to do something different. So that's kind of what I'm using this as a, I don't know, new step in life, I guess.
Role-playing experience.
Yeah, so, we'll see how it goes. Warlocks have familiars, which at this point, still to be determined what is going on with that. Our DM has let me know that will be figured out shortly. They have the red skin, and they're looked on as kind of shunned by society. There was a big sin which caused the tiefling. I guess a lot of people probably already know this who kind of do this. What Armos is trying to do is trying to figure out if there's a way to fix this. If it's because of his people being so shunned, and that's kind of his drive through life. So he gets messed up in all sorts of magic. That's how he becomes a warlock, and now he's trying to figure out a way to fix this sin or this curse that his people has had. So that's kind of his drive. He is pretty good-hearted. He's trying to, morph the group in the right direction, but not necessarily for, the group's benefit, more so probably for his in most cases. But yeah, he's a pretty smart dude. He's got some wisdom on him. It's pretty nice. What else? I think that's about it.
I mean, I would love to know about Alex's character once he comes back to us.
Alex?
Well, wait for the cat. Fix the camera, bud. You got it.
No, his camera's good. I see him.
I don't see him.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what do you mean coming back? We see him.
Oh
I'm
shit!
there.
I got him. He was here the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about. He was
my
here the whole
God.
time.
Guys,
fucked
he's played Dungeons and Dragons way too long. He hasn't done the computer stuff that long. So give him a pass.
Okay, so
Firm boomer.
I'm gonna be playing Drell of the Ashbourne. Drell is a Goliath, born and raised in the tribe, the Ashbourne, which is located on a volcano. And I'm gonna be playing the warrior class fighter. It's called a fighter.
Thought so, yeah.
Got it. Yep. So he's gonna be a fighter. And the main reason I did that is just because I actually picked up World of Warcraft for the first time late last year, and I was running a warrior class, which I kind of just figured they were roughly the same thing. So I've always played, like Jared said, I've played the tankier, just melee fighters. So it's just something I'm used to. I've also learned that it's one of the easier classes to play if you're new to the game, so that's going to help. So I designed Drell to be a lot like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. He's very physical, he has a certain amount of friends, and he might not always make the smartest decisions because he would rather fight. He wants to be the most battle-tested, glorious warrior in like all of his tribe. So his main goal is to go out and seek trophies, and everything he conquers, he wants to go out and find a bigger foe and conquer that one, and so on. So I can't wait to experience this, man. It's my first D&D podcast. I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
First ever
podcast,
D&D campaign ever.
I don't know what to expect.
So
I've done like a lot of acting in high school. I've studied like creating characters, so that I think I got down. It's the whole role-playing D&D setting that I just don't get yet, and I'm excited to figure out.
that's the beautiful thing about
should-
D&D. It's open world. You can literally do whatever you want if you pass the roll.
One thing that maybe we should talk about is like what we maybe have done. So Dan, you've done that. I've not done any of that. The most I've done is like streaming, and that's in playing games. I've never done the actual acting or voice acting that maybe you've done and anything like that. So I played board games, like tons of board games, but that's not really, you don't really have to act out a character in most of them, and there's maybe a very few that you have to, and even then but yeah, I was gonna say that's about the most I've done, so this is a whole new experience.
See, I mean, I don't want to brag or anything, but I was actually a mime in middle school. I did miming, and during the Shakespeare play in middle school, I was also the porter that answered the door in Hamlet. Okay, so I'd say I'm pretty ready for this.
Sophisticated.
I had no idea.
Dude, yeah, I was a mime, dude. I literally dressed
I didn't
in all
know we
black,
were-
had a whole play,
Man,
bro.
Dude, we've been around a celebrity this whole time.
Just Norman Hamlet, dude.
Yeah, it was a porter. They're called a porter. I think, I'm pretty sure.
Porter, bro.
Yeah. That's awesome.
As far as
Alec. I love
acting
that.
goes, I did improv like throughout high school.
That's it.
That's
Oh,
it.
sick. Same. I did
Yeah.
improv too.
I took a couple acting classes. I don't know if you can tell.
I think we should shout out just all the places to find us.
The plugs,
Like,
bro. The plugs.
Sure, yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
the plugs. How can we
So-
forget the plugs?
Yeah, I was gonna say we really want to make this kind of. I mean, we want to make it a success, obviously.
So
we
here's-
want to do this if people like want to watch it or not. I mean, and so we definitely have started Reddit, TikTok, and all that, and we'll provide all the
we
links.
gotta-
So I actually want to
TikTok.
add one thing. Yeah, we've been working on TikToks and trying to create D&D exclusive content for a couple of days now. I think about 2 weeks at this point. There's also one more thing I want to add about social media. Yes, you can find us on Reddit. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on TikTok. You can find us we have a Discord. And when we upload the podcast episodes, we're going to be everywhere where podcasts are able to be listened to. But the nuance I want to add is the Discord. The Discord is not just a place where you just come and kind of hang out. It's like, oh, it's like another community Discord. This Discord, I want it to be growing as the campaign grows. We're going to tailor the Discord to be as if it's the world of Humbreah itself, where as episodes get dropped, information in the Discord, like lore, story thus far, factions they may have come across, heroes they may have come across, NPCs, villains, the Discord will update with that information as well. And we want to tailor like a cool interactive experience. So like any maps they come across, new parts of the continents they see, or things a part of the backstory, and maybe like a little side narration thing just to add more flavor into the backstory, and maybe just some like backstory stuff that doesn't necessarily regard them, but just some like flavor text of like things that's happening around them, because like they stopped a bunch of bandits, and here's something that happened 2 towns away because they happened to stop those bandits that may have plagued that town. Like little things to bring more life to this world. That's what the Discord is going to be. And I really want to let people know about that the Discord is going to be a growing experience, not just a place to kind of join and forget about or just say hi and vibes. A place where a community could come together and role play.
Yeah, and I also think if you're watching this on YouTube, I also think it's safe to say that all of the socials will be down below in the description.
Yeah, go ahead and look at all the socials down below.
So just to throw it out there, so it's DnD404. Do a search for that. You're gonna find us.
You'll find
basically.
we're on TikTok. We're D&D Pod. Don't know how we landed that name, but we did. We could thank Dan. We're D&D Pod. We're the D&D Pod. We are the D&D podcast on TikTok. But you can't. The title of the podcast is DnD404. Campaign not found. That's the full title. And our little icon, a little mascot, a little avatar is a D4. And in my opinion, the best die. But we'll get into that later.
Just to reiterate, we're doing this because we like hanging out with each other and it's fun. And whether it goes good or not,
I don't.
Yeah, your check's in the mail, Alec. By the way.
Cool.
wait, you
But
said
yeah,
$4, right?
But as a closing note, when this session 0 drops, episode 1 will follow 1 week later. And we're gonna be
get
doing
ready.
weekly episodes. So every week we're gonna be uploading a new episode. So 1 week from when session 0 drops is when episode 1 will hit. You can listen to that episode on wherever you listen to podcasts, or
if
I
you're
guess whatever
listening
we're
to
allowed
this-
to. I haven't learned RSS feeds yet, but we're
On
gonna,
release day, 1 week.
1 week.
1 week.
If this is in the future, just skip to the next episode.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Go listen.
Yeah, if you've listened to episode 1 and then go into this,
see that
don't
library?
fucking worry about it. Don't worry
I think
about
there might be
you see
3
that
more out
library?
now. Go check them out.
Probably. If you found this, it's
We're on
like-
season 5 now.
Yeah.
Welcome. Welcome. You're welcome.
But yeah, is there anything else? I think we kind of hit everything.
Yeah.
I think so. You know, even though we haven't played D&D before specifically, we've all played so many games before, and we just want to make the most fun story, most fun experience as we can together.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And also forgive us on messing up everything.
Yeah, there's going to be a
that will
lot of
happen.
goofs and mistakes. I think the last time I actually DM'd a campaign has actually been a few years, just because, you know, life works like that, and I haven't found people to play Dungeons and Dragons with in a while. So this will be my first campaign. I think I probably actually DM'd it about like 5 years or so, maybe 4 or 5 years.
And with
So-
that being said, let's take our D4s and roll initiative. I got a 3. What does that mean?
You go third. All right. I guess there's only one way to end it, and I'm just gonna say bye, intrepid heroes.
Adios.
Goodbye.
Later.